Hey everybody, what's going on here? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the MMA expert, joined by Paulie Villarreal here by phone. We're talking about this big Mayweather versus McGregor fight. It's going down in Las Vegas pretty soon here, August 26th. Now, there's been some new developments. Paulie Malignaggi, two-time champion in boxing, left the McGregor camp. He was a sparring partner with McGregor, Conor McGregor. Leading up to it, he left the camp. There were some photos released. There were some words exchanged. There's been some different things that have been talked about. But I want to talk about some of the latest things that have been discussed here that I saw. I saw some reports. It was very interesting. I saw some reports out there that may have possibly exposed a weakness in Conor McGregor's game that perhaps Floyd Mayweather could exploit. And now and this is a paraphrase right here, and this is all my personal opinion. First of all of our personal opinion only, not alleging any facts, not casting any aspersions, all for entertainment purpose only. Please check the disclaimers. Paul, what I saw out there in some of these discussions in an interview that Malignaggi has recently given, if I remember correctly, in my paraphrase, in my opinion, Malignaggi was saying that he made a big improvement from one sparring session to the next. That basically, he'd been retired, he flew in, he only had 24 hours, this whole thing, and he was maybe not in top shape, and maybe had some rust he had to get off, some ring rust. But by the second session, he was a lot better. And he was feeling a lot better, right? And obviously, having been a two-time champ, the muscle memory, the ring memory, whatever you want to call it, it comes back. A lot of this stuff comes back quick. So he was saying that his learning curve, if you will, his adjustment curve, was much faster and was much better than Conor McGregor. And as he was getting in better shape, basically, he was hitting McGregor with these body shots, and they don't hit in MMA with the body shots as frequently as they do in, say, boxing, according to Malignaggi. And so that was having an impact, and that was really getting to Conor. And the net of it, from my opinion, of what I was hearing, was that basically he's like, look, I was getting better a lot faster with these training camps, with these sparring sessions, and McGregor wasn't like in the hit to the body. And yeah, okay, he was in better condition than me, and that basically was his advantage, but that I was getting to him. And that maybe he can't take those kind of body shots. And does that now give a blueprint, a game plan for Floyd Mayweather, who is in camp, who is training, who is better, frankly, than Malignaggi ever was, to hammer the body for McGregor, to extend him and frustrate him, that basically if McGregor, and a lot of people have said this, from the get-go, that if McGregor cannot get to him quickly, then that is a huge advantage for Mayweather for a number of reasons. Number one, and if you guys want to give us a chat and give us a questions, you can do that over here, to the right. Obviously, keep everything legit, keep it good, and all that type of stuff. And here's what I mean by that. That basically, if McGregor cannot take out and rough up Mayweather very quick, that now he is going to have problems later in those rounds, Paul. What do you think about that? And also, we know Mayweather can make tremendous adjustments. We know that.
I think there's probably is something to what Paulie Malignaggi said, which is it would surprise me if Conor does have some issues with body punches. As you said, MMA world is totally different than boxing. Again, in boxing, everything is with the hands, and you're throwing more, and you're landing more, and you have to absorb more. And I think it's pretty easy to believe that he was improving rapidly, and Conor wasn't. So that doesn't shock me. Will this give Mayweather the blueprint? Yeah, it could. Mayweather isn't, Mayweather's 40 years old. He's never, particularly as he's continued to age, he doesn't throw a ton of shots. I mean, he just kind of picks his spots, but maybe some of those spots will include more body work than it might have otherwise. But this, to me, this doesn't change the picture a whole bunch. I think that everybody is pretty much overwhelmingly feeling like Floyd Mayweather is going to be in real good shape. And as you said, unless Conor can pressure him early, and unless Conor can kind of land some meaningful things quickly, he's going to have problems because he's in with master boxer, and the skill level is going to be quite different.
I think the skill level is going to be tremendously different. I think there's no doubt about it. Keep with us, guys. We're having some technical issues here. We're streaming in 4K, so obviously there's definitely some. We're learning about it. We're trying to do it on the fly here, so just stay with us right there. But look, I think there's a lot to that. Yeah. So I think there's a lot to what you just said right there. I think that it makes sense, right? When you think about it. You have a situation where you have a absolute one of the best pound for pound boxers in the world ever with Floyd Mayweather. I think that he's going to be able to make the adjustments. I think that he's going to be able to figure out Conor very quickly. I think if Conor can't get to him quickly, that's going to be problematic. And remember, Conor McGregor, how many 5-round fights in the UFC has he had? Now, granted, those are five-minute rounds, but still, that's a whole lot different than going 12 hard rounds with someone as good as Mayweather, that can hit those body shots, that can exploit it, that can really work that body and crush that body. And when McGregor starts losing, but the bigger point that Malignaggi was saying that I thought was very interesting is Malignaggi was also talking about the pride of Conor McGregor. Now that's a very important and interesting point. What if that he was saying something like Mayweather is a McGregor is a front runner. What happens if McGregor doesn't look good? What happens if he starts missing? What happens if Floyd stings him? What happens if Floyd, knocks him down? What happens if he starts crushing and shoe shining that body? I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I go back to what Floyd Mayweather says. He's not the same boxer that he was 10, 20, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, but he's still too much for Conor McGregor. And I think unless Conor McGregor can just jump on him really, really quick, I think that's the case. You know what I mean? I think that's the case. And I think that maybe Malignaggi might have exposed a couple of major weaknesses for McGregor in the psychological game with the front running thing and also in the body shot game. Do you agree with that, Paul?
Yeah, I do agree with that. Look, Conor is, again, he's an excellent MMA fighter. But we saw him when he struggled in the first Nate Diaz fight, and he wasn't able to, kind of gassed out, whatever. I think Conor's stamina has always been a question mark. So as you said, that's in 3-round fights, 5-round fights. Now you go to a 12-round fight, you could really have huge problems. So, and I agree with you. It's kind of when things start going against him, is he mentally fragile? And look, it's not hard to see a situation here where I'm not going to say it's Durant, no Moss, but you could get some type of a circumstance like that where it's just he just can't hang, he can't compete, and he either just kind of gives up or he basically just goes into a shell and tries to survive for 12 rounds.
It's going to be very interesting. I think after this, I already had Mayweather. I've already made that prediction. You guys, if you haven't seen that video, please check out that video. But after seeing these comments from Malignaggi, I have to believe him. It makes sense to me. It really makes sense to me. And, I just feel like this could be an additional way that Mayweather can really exploit the advantages that he has. But, I think McGregor's going to have a lot of problems in this fight. Now, we've always said time catches up to all athletes. There's no question about that. You know, Mayweather, it's been a while since he fought. He is 40 years old. McGregor is big. He does have power. I understand all that. But he's not wearing the MMA gloves. He can't do the MMA stuff. He's in Mayweather's environment here. This is a place where Mayweather, nobody's been able to take out Mayweather. And now I think Malignaggi may have exposed a couple of additional things here that Mayweather might be able to use. Does anyone else have some comments here as we're wrapping up? We're going to wrap up here in a couple minutes. Any quick comments that you guys have for us or questions that you want to ask right now? So you can give us the comments over there in the chat. Paul, any final thoughts that you have?
Now look, it's going to be an interesting event. Like you said, I think Conor's best chance is going to be early in the fight. Can he put the pressure on? Can he land some meaningful punches? One thing's for sure, you understand why Conor McGregor took this fight. He should be well compensated, and it'll be intriguing one way or the other.
Absolutely, it's going to be very, very interesting. No question about it. I mean, people are talking about it. Do you agree with what Paulie says? Do you disagree with what Paulie said? Let us know what you think. Really appreciate you guys watching here. But these are, you tell us. You can be the judge of us. You let us know what you think. Did Malignaggi reveal some additional weaknesses, some potential weaknesses in Conor McGregor's upcoming fight, or do you say no? Paulie maybe had sour grapes. Maybe, he had that picture that was released and maybe Paulie's pride was hurt. Where do you come out on that? You let us know what you think about that. Anyway, that is Paul at Villarreal. I am John D. Villarreal. Thanks so much for watching this. We will see you next time.